Kia ora, good evening. Food prices took their biggest leap since 2011 in June, and official figures show prices rose 1.4% last month compared to May.
Vegetable prices rose 9%, led by tomatoes, lettuce and cucumbers, according to Statistics New Zealand. Meat, poultry and fish rose more than 3.5%, the biggest monthly gain in nearly 3 years. That rise offset falling fruit prices, with bananas at their lowest price in nearly 3 years. Compared to a year ago, food prices rose 1.2%, making it the biggest increase since food prices peaked in July 2011. Higher prices for milk, cheese, yoghurt and butter, along with higher meat, poultry and fish prices, are behind the drive.
Spending on the nation's largest electronic payment network has continued to increase month on month.
Between June 2013 and 14, spending was up 7.3% on the Paymark network, contrasting with a growth rate experienced in the 2 previous years of 3.6%. Spending growth for the month remains strong in food and liquor stores, up just short of 10% at 9.7% growth. Across the hospitality sector, there was a 9.9% increase in spending between June this year and last. Department store spending was down 4%. Appliance sales were down 6.5%, and clothing sales were also down 5.3% nationwide. Southland recorded 1.79 million transactions, up 7.8% on June 2013 to a value of $88.8 million.
Environment Southland wants Invercargill residents to clear the air as they struggle to meet air quality standards. An air quality exceedance on Saturday night in the city proved to be the highest recorded since 2012. The government's National Environmental Standard for Air Control allows for just 1 exceedance per year of the PMT. Invercargill has had 9 breaches already this winter, with 4 in the last week alone. Calm weather conditions would have had an impact in the weekend's high recording of PMT, but other factors like outdoor burning on the edge of the city could also play a part, according to ES air quality scientist Owen West. Home heating options, outdoor burning, agrochemical and fertiliser use are all issues being grappled with in the review of the Regional Air Plan for Southland. A local 24-year-old with a green thumb has fought off dozens of competitors from around the country to be named the Nursery and Garden Industry of New Zealand's Young Achiever of the Year. Jackie Jones says gardening has long been a family passion and says their encouragement, along with that of bosses and industry colleagues, prompted her to test her mettle on a national scale.
I had to be involved in the nursery and garden industry of New Zealand for 3 years and basically just have a good overall understanding of horticulture to have a chance to get into the competition.
So you made it to the top 3. What were you asked to do at that stage?
Oh, quite a few things, to be honest. A speech in front of, well, a huge conference room full of people, had a business and presentation to do in front of them as well, and there was also an element in terms of a computer, an Excel-based spreadsheet that we had to complete for a business project, and then a range of practical activities outside, so everything from spraying, fertilisers, mixes and media, and right through to plant ID, so pretty in-depth couple of days.
You're a sales and marketing manager here at Evandale Gardens. Where will this award potentially take you?
Well, I'd like to think recognition throughout the industry, obviously, and a lot more opportunity for us in terms of our marketing and expansion through New Zealand and hopefully into parts of Australasia, just to gain that recognition.
For you personally, what would you like to develop in as far as the horticultural industry goes?
I'd really like to develop a little bit more in terms of marketing, because it's still, obviously I'm working my way through that. Having been here for 4 years, it was new territory to me. I had no marketing background, so just getting into that, I guess, really, and expanding through that.
And as far as a career path or potential career path?
Well, again, sort of sky's the limit, really. There's opportunities for exchanges overseas to learn more about the other cultures and things like that, and equally there's so many nurseries. Everyone's very sort of intertwined in this industry, so who knows where it'll take you. There's definitely opportunity out there.
School holiday activities are keeping children entertained in the south, and there's plenty of action to keep bodies busy at Stadium Southland this week. Sports Southland offer a holiday program with a range of sports for the younger generation, including touch, volleyball, football and hip-hop, which children are able to attend for up to 4 days. Stadium Southland's new clip and climb rock climbing wall and cycling in the velodrome have proven to be very popular with the kids. While 120 children are expected to attend this week's program in the city, Sport Southland is also taking it mobile with rural programs in Winton, Riverton, Te Anau and Edendale. Stay with us. Still to come, we check out South Alive's new website and the new Artists Hub. Welcome back. The southern Invercargill art scene is very much alive, and proof of that pudding can be experienced in the main South Invercargill retail area, where a space for art has just opened. 8 South Invercargill artists are exhibiting their work over the coming weeks, and South Alive coordinator Jeanette Malcolm says it's just the beginning.
South Alive had an arts group when it was formed in April 2012, but that had gone into abeyance after a few months and some projects. Then we had a group of artists approaching us towards the end of last year, wanting to do something in art in South Invercargill. And so the group got together and had a couple of meetings and thought, well, really the best thing to do would be to create a community art space, if we could do that. The shop was empty. The landlord, the mall landlord, very kindly has given it to us free of charge on the basis that we did up the shop. So we spent, the volunteers spent weeks doing it up to what you see, to the standard you see now. And the gallery went ahead. But it's not just a gallery for exhibiting art for new and emerging artists. And well-known artists as well, of course. It's also workshop space, so we've had a course of 6 introduction to art workshops for adults. We're currently running a children's art workshop course, and we hope also to have artists in residence from time to time.
And a great community builder, isn't it, art? Showing, I mean, it does reflect the community and those in the community. I
think it's so important for the community to see, you know, artistic expression. It's important to be able to see examples of art, but I think it's equally important to be able to participate yourself, you know, to draw out that and explore your creativity, and so that's why we hope to fully develop both sides of that here, the gallery and the community art workshops.
So the intention is that this will be ongoing?
Yes, this is a permanent, we hope it's a permanent institution, not probably forever in this particular space. There's a very high retail value, but the owner of the mall is also sees the value of what we're doing and is very keen to keep us in a retail space in the South City area.
Great to have this facility, isn't there, totally, in South Invercargill?
Well, yeah, I just live round the corner, and like this is within walking distance, and within the short time that I've been here, it's suddenly I've got this sense of, well, of course it should have been here all along, and people, as soon as the doors are open, there's just people roaming in here and non-stop, and it was one of those ideas that was waiting to happen, and the community already accepts it and is curious, wants to know about it, and it's just a matter of then weaving that into a network where people will want to participate themselves.
Art is a really important aspect of communities and community togetherness, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. It's a it's quite, I think maybe it's just our New Zealand context, but we accept sport as a very community thing and participate, but artists have generally sort of a bit reclusive or on their own. They haven't up until now been that well embraced by their communities. Maybe because of you know, various reasons, but quite often people don't realise they had an artist in amongst them until they've gone or they've died or something, and suddenly there's this huge body of work comes out of this little person's house where nobody even knew they were there. And maybe it's that they're just two different approaches to life, sport and art, you know. And New Zealand has traditionally embraced sport as its community effort, and maybe that's sort of about to change.
Yes, bring on the art.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Meanwhile, South Alive has launched a new website after winning a competition during the Life Hack weekend recently run in the city.
South Alive's prize was funding for a local software development company, Digital Stock, to develop online tools to assist with some of South Alive's projects. South Alive coordinator Jeanette Malcolm says that once Digital Stock started work, it was discovered that South Alive's information base was in several different places, and just putting the tools online would have been a poor foundation going forward.
South Alive's current website was very static, very informational. We looked at their whole volunteer structure and realised there was a lot of holes, a lot of areas we could help them with. So basically what we did is we took their current volunteer paper system, digitised it and centralised it. So basically now they can access all their volunteers, sign up new people and contact them all through a tablet, a mobile phone or a laptop computer. I think one of the key problems with a lot of smaller volunteer groups is coordination. They spend a whole lot of time organising their volunteers that could be used in a lot of different places. So if we can cut down a lot of that paperwork, a lot of that double and triple handling of data, there's a lot more time to focus on the projects.
Was there anything unique about South Alive's requirements that you haven't struck before?
Yeah, we actually did something very cool with a custom Google map. So basically they had a very cool Adopt a Street program, which meant people could go and highlight an area on the map outside the South Alive office. What we essentially did was digitise this, so we've got a large interactive Google map. So volunteers can now sign up to the website, click and drag the area, and once confirmed by an admin, the map will go live. So basically you can actually claim a piece of South City to protect against rubbish.
And for those interested in goings-on at South Alive, then visit the new website at www.southalive.org.nz. Hunter Andrews, South Today News.
And it looks great too. That's all from the news desk this Tuesday. Sport follows the weather next. From the news team, good night.